To tell us more, France 24's Nick Holdsworth joins us now on the line. Nick, just tell us then a bit more about these referendums. How significant is it that we're hearing these announcements now, because some at least had been planned for later on in the year?
Well, it's absolutely significant. These referendums, at least in Luhansk and Donetsk, had been planned for mid to late November. The announcement of a referendum in the Zaporizhia region is fresh. That hadn't been mooted very loudly before. And it's quite clear that the Ukrainian counteroffensive and the retaking of swathes of territory in the Kharkiv region and also a little bit of the Luhansk region, they took a village yesterday, that has completely unnerved the self-appointed local leaders of these so-called unrecognized republics. And they had been saying just in the last couple of days that we need to speed up the process. Now, the significance here is that if they hold those referendums, and we can be sure they'll be anything but free, if they hold those referendums over the long weekend coming up, 23rd to the 27th is the time frame they're given, they'll be recognized by Russia. Russia may then absorb them into Russian territory, as it has done with the Crimea, and it could then claim that any attack by Ukrainian forces on those republics, or later perhaps parts of Russia, were an attack on Russia proper. And that is something which NATO, in its backing of Ukraine, has been trying to avoid. So this significantly ups the ante in the current conflict.
And Nick, at the same time today, we're looking at news coming out of the Russian parliament, which has now approved a bill to toughen punishments for crimes during military mobilization. Just tell us a bit more about that.
Well, that's also very significant, because we have this bill which basically introduces some new concepts into Russian law. It mentions mobilization, martial law, and wartime. Now, these haven't been mentioned in the Russian criminal code before. And basically, it sets up tough jail terms for wartime acts, including surrendering, desertion, up to 15 years for surrendering, 10 for desertion, 3 years for being a conscientious objector. And basically mentions mobilization, which hasn't happened yet. Vladimir Putin's been very leery about going to full-scale mobilization because that would prove deeply unpopular in Russian society. And what this decision to adopt this law, which would need to be signed into law by Vladimir Putin for it to come into effect, what it signals is that Russia could be on the verge of announcing a general mobilization. And again, that seriously ups the tension in this conflict.
Indeed. For now, Nick, thanks very much indeed. But we'll be sure to speak to you later on as we keep watching what's happening on the ground in Ukraine and in Russia as well. Nick Holdsworth, for now. Thank you.